As a metallic snap rings out through the environment, you find a chill runs down your spine. Terror takes over. He's here. Evan McMillan was raised in a harsh environment, raised by a man who taught him if he wants something, he'd have to use his sometimes brutal strength to deal with those who disobeyed him. As Evan grew older, he began to idolize his father, Archie. Evan cared very little about the fortune he'd inherit once Archie was no longer with him, but he saw the way his father loomed over the miners, and when Evan finally became old enough, he took over the role as an enforcer. With a cruel smile, he kept production high and allowed the estate to truly prosper under the cruel leadership of the McMillan duo. As Archie's mental health began to decline, it led him to take much less of a role, leading Evan to not only run and enforce the mine, but keep those who might want a piece of that McMillan fortune away. Evan never wavered. Even with all the pressure on him, he still did everything his father asked of him. Now, it didn't take long for Archie's health to finally snap. His mental health completely disintegrated. As Evan became more and more cruel of an enforcer, all the agitation finally began to rise, leading him to become one of the worst mass murderers in modern history. His victims falling to deep wounds that many said were inflicted with a machete. Some even claimed it was a custom blade. Others became trapped in vicious bear traps. No one truly knows why Evan chose these traps. Some seem to think it was because of the cruel bear hunts Archie would take Evan out on as he was a child, giving him a taste for the traps and what they could do. After all the killing, eventually Evan led, some say would be 100 miners to a dark tunnel before detonating explosives within, trapping them and leaving them to be dead by the time the sun rose. Evan's true victim count may never be known. It just all stopped one foggy night. Then weeks later, Archie was found starved and abandoned, but ultimately dead. As Evan ventured through the fog, he found himself in a sick death game. A being only known as the Entity demanded him to play. Evan was determined, no matter how unnerving the presence of this being was. He was done following orders. His father was gone. He was free. The Entity held other dark ideas, and Evan quickly realized that time moved differently. In the fog, the Entity could torture him for as long as he saw fit, burning his skin, driving large metal spikes through his body, even hooks. But he never died. Evan finally gave in to the evil. He donned a twisted, grinning mask, the same type of smile that he ruled over the mines with. Truly, Evan was gone, and the being known as Trapper was born. Hey everybody, I'm the Lost Resort Hero, and if you've made it this far, you've finished the video. And what you watched was my own take, mixed with some of the tomes that have since been kind of retconned, of the Trapper's origins. I find myself really drawn to the origins and the lore of the killers in Dead by Daylight. I think it's really fun. So I wanted to kind of put my own take on it, and make my own video on it, and do other killers as well. I know it's a rough edit. It's my first video. I hope you enjoy it. And if you do, please consider subscribing and hitting like. It helps out a ton. It's free. And the next videos will just get better and better. So I hope you join me on this journey. And I will hopefully see you guys next video.